40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Lance going to put it up right away. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Niners are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. 15 yards there on the catch and run. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. And out of bounds right around the 20. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Now this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 11 now. Barkley, he's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now Barkley. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And this one is right through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and 1, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now play fake. Lance. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On 1st down, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they top 30. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Mitchell. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Throwing now is Lance. Touchdown! George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are back within a score. Extra point up and through. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Let's go. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
A little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest in first half, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
On the ball.
And Lance now to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Man open, that's Ray McLeod. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Lance. And his throw here's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Here's Lance to throw it. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And Lance going to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
Partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A big chunk of real estate covered on the scramble, but it will be 3rd and goal. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Lance. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
He's airing it out for Williams. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand.
Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Here's Barkley. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Barkley. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it. And I feel awful for the offensive tackle.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Could you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys,
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Lance looking to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Blue striker. Light blue.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Barkley. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the gun on 3rd down. Barkley, he's airing it out for Williams, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Once again, it's Swift. Shifts by him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he's got this down to the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
49ers 14. Jack Fox to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Looking to throw. Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 18 yards. First down, Niners. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Lance now on 1st down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Okay, ready? Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, a 20-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
23 yards on the tuck and run. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Swift going to try up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Being chased out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And Shark calls it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Barkley. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Quickly completed to the right flat. And he is out of bounds here. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Will Fuller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. The penalty got them half the distance to the goal down to the 1. Made that try a little easier.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it opens up your playbook, doesn't it? From the 1-yard line, run, pass, do whatever you want there. And they did it successfully.
Ready.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Green jack.
Here's Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Ready, break.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. It's caught. Mitchell. Room here to run. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Lance. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Brings up 2nd and goal. 18-yard line.
Back to throw. Lance under pressure, and they got to him again.
Here we go.
2 straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal.
A 5-yard loss sets up 3rd down and goal.
Drill green. Hut.
Looking to throw. Lance. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Lance going to try to throw for this. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're done. And this is taken in at the 5. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Hut, hut.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Lions are on their way to a 2-0 start. No problem there on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
49ers 27. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Down.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Detroit, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take